So today we're going to learn how to use Sibelius. Sibelius is a notation software that allows us to write music on the computer. So first thing we need to do is go to the Applications uh, menu, scroll down to Sibelius, and I'm using Sibelius 7, you might be using 7 or 7.5, double click. You'll get taken to a menu which looks something like this. What you should do is just click blank one time, so not a double click. Here you'll get brought to this second menu, which allows us to add instruments and change the time signature. So we're going to go change instruments and we're going to add a piano in. So here is our drop down menu of all different instruments. As you can see, we have trombones, trumpets, tubas, etc. We're going to go piano and add to score. Now it'll say A and B because that will be the treble staff and that will be the bass staff of the piano. So we need both. Click OK. We're going to leave our time signature on 4/4. We're going to change our key signature to C major. So we go to no key signature and then select C major. Today we're going to notate Ode to Joy by Beethoven. So our title is going to be Ode to Joy, composed by Beethoven. Beethoven. And then we click Create. What we now have are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars of empty music. And so now we need to put music in it. Easiest way to do that is by using this keypad here. And all we need to do is use our mouse to put in notes. And as you'll see, when I click the crotchet there, my cursor turns blue and I have this grayed out crotchet which follows me. And if I click a note in, it puts that note in where I want it. Now I've put the music for Ode to Joy on Edmodo, but I'm just going to pull it up right here. What we're going to do today is copy this score onto our own Sibelius file. So I'll do the first line, and you can have a look at what that looks like. So first we have 4 crotchets in a row: E, E, F, G. So I'll put that in now. Select a crotchet, and then I'll put E, E, F, G. And it should play back for you as you do that. I'm going to go ahead and do the next few bars as well. When we get to the 4th bar, we have a dotted crotchet and then a quaver. So the way we put that in is by just putting in a crotchet like we would normally put in a crotchet, but then selecting a dot as well. And what you'll notice is it turns the crotchet into a dotted crotchet. Our next symbol here is a single quaver, so we'll select quaver and put that in. And then a minim at the end, so we'll select the minim. So what we now need to do is we need to create enough bars for the whole piece of music. So as you can see on our Ode to Joy music here, we have 4 lots of 4 bars, so that's 16 bars in total. So the easiest way to add bars in onto Sibelius is by clicking Command B. So far we have 5, so we need to add a few more. 5, 6. So there's 16 bars there. Now what you'll notice is our 16 bars isn't quite formatted like this piece of music is, where we have 4 even lines of 4 bars. So the way we make new lines is by clicking on a bar line, and so each one of these are bar lines. So we're not clicking in the bars, but we're actually clicking the bar lines. So I want a new line to start after every 4 bars. So what we're going to do is we're going to click the 4th bar line, which is here. It'll go purple. I'm not sure if you can see that there, but I'll just move that out of the way. Yep, so as you can see, I click it one time and it goes purple, then I click enter. And what it'll do is it'll push all the other bars down, so I just have 4 bars up the top. I'll do the same thing for the next line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then straight away you can see that our music is looking a bit closer to this score here. Now what you'll notice on Ode to Joy is that bars 1 and 2 are the same as 5 and 6, and also 13 and 14. So instead of putting in the same thing 3 times, we can just copy and paste. So the way we copy and paste bars when we're trying to repeat bars is simply by selecting the bar. If I want to select more than one, I'll hold Shift and select the next bar as well. And then I'll click Command C, which is our shortcut for copy. I'll copy that into bar 5 and 6. So you can just click bar 5 where you want it to start it from, and then Command V, and that will paste it in. Don't worry that the bars are shifted over a bit. It'll fix itself up when you put more notes in later. And we'll do the same thing for 13 and 14. And there we go. Why don't you go ahead and put all the other notes in, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay, now what you've noticed is I've finished off the rest of the music. I've put the notes in for the bass clef as well, but I've left out this bar here, so bar 11 on the bass stuff, and that's because it uses an accidental. So we're going to have a look at how to put an accidental in. So I'll go ahead and put that first note in, which is a G, which is a minim. So I'll go minim, G. Now this note there is a G sharp. So what we need to do is, while I've got the minim selected, I'll select the sharp symbol there as well, and I'll click that in, and it should generate for me a G sharp. So what we have there is Ode to Joy, looking pretty complete. All we need to do now is add some of these extra little dynamic markings and articulation things. We're going to have a look at how to put this forte sign in. Select the note that you want the dynamic to start on. So in this case, it's the first note. So we'll select that. We'll go to Text, Styles. This function here, which says Expression, and all you need to do is put the letter F in lowercase, and you get your dynamic there. We're going to do the same thing for bar 9 with a mezzo piano, and also bar 13 with the forte again. Now we're going to put this tempo marking, this moderato marking in. So what we'll do is we'll select the first note, text again, styles, tempo, and what you'll notice is you get a flashing cursor there. Now you could just write moderato and that'll be fine, or you could click hold control, click the flashing cursor, and then you'll get a whole menu of all different kind of tempo markings. So we'll go ahead and click moderato, and we'll put that in. Now that we have our dynamics in, we're going to put in our writ text here. And so what we'll do is we'll click, now that writ is closest to this note there, so what we'll do is we'll click that note, we'll go to notations, this little button here, which opens up a big menu. We'll click writ, and it'll automatically generate a writ text there. Now if you want to tuck it in between the staves, we can just drag it, click it and drag it, and there it is. Lastly, we want to add our slur markings. Now be aware these aren't ties, they're slurs. We'll need to go to notations, slur, click the note that we want the slur to start from. So in this case, we want to start from the first note, so we'll click that. Now what you'll notice is it's generated for me a very small slur, and it's kind of in a really awkward spot. We want it to go from the first note of the line to the last note of the line. So what we'll do is we'll click it, drag it up, and then using this small box there, we'll pull it across. Why don't you go ahead and do the same thing for every line? Alrighty, and there we are. We've got slurs on every line now. Now we also want to add this, and I think this is the last thing. We'll just add these crescendo. We'll add this one crescendo sign in, and so under notations, we'll click crescendo. Now the crescendo starts, as you can see, in bars 11 and finishes in bar 12. So we're going to, from the beginning of bar 11, our cursor should be blue. Hold down, and we'll just drag out. Now what you'll notice is that for some reason it's just put it down there. Just got to drag it back up. And there we go. Let's have a listen to it. Play. We'll just bring it back so that our green cursor moves back. And let's play that. Cool. So yours should sound exactly like mine if you've been following the steps correctly. Great. Thanks.